Libtards. Libtards is the order of the day. I want to talk about liberal white privilege. Because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of having everybody else with their head up their fucking ass, and maybe 10% of the population has figured out what the fuck's going on. Maybe it's not that much. Maybe it's more. There's more that are like skeptical, but basically, if you talk to a certain managerial class, if you're a government employee or a government contractor, basically, what do you call it? A specialist, like the Bob and Bob guys from the Office Space, the guys that do nothing. Basically, people who are managerial types, they just go with the flow. These are the people that I'm talking about. There's not 90% of them, but there's a good solid portion of the people that are just fucking
red light camera reported
have their head
ahead.
all the way up their ass. All the way 100% up their Kulu. And this is what I call liberal white privilege. And these are people that, let me say this. When you grow up, when you're a kid, do you grow up, you say, I want to grow up and I want to be a plumber, a carpenter, even I want to be a professional athlete, or I want to be an architect like George Costanza. Does anybody say, no, I want to be a middle manager for some Globo Homo Corp? That's what I want to do. I want to be a middle manager. I don't even know what these fucking people do. That's why it's liberal white privilege. They know you just do good enough in school, because they're not smarter than you, by the way. They're not smarter than you. All these people that are college educated, they have their master's degrees in God knows what. Who fucking knows? Who cares? Marketing, accounting, fucking finance, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. Even engineering, even some of those people. I mean, I'm excluding tech from this, but obviously that will be included too, because the tech is a whole another level of, those people are all like imports though, foreign imports. And it's a very small number of people. Like you have your IT nerds, but those are not really people I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that are fucking idiots. They do enough, they know enough because their parents worked at some fucking terrible office job. They worked in environmental science or whatever the fuck. Or they work for the government. Or they're a government contractor, the government hires them to do something. They know enough to do just enough to get yourself into college. Go to some terrible college. Waste your fucking time. Get some bullshit degree that's some boring shit. And then go get your fucking stupid job that doesn't matter. Or, like I said, you're an environmental scientist. You sit in an office. You're a middle manager. That's the best you'll ever be, in your life. But you'll get like high 5 figures, low 6 figures. And that's what you'll do. And then you'll look down upon everybody else. You'll look down upon anybody who actually works for a living. This is the liberal white privilege. You know enough to not actually ever have to work a day in your life. You live in your, maybe you even have a family, but you're not going to cut the grass. You're going to pay some Mexican firm to do that for you. You're going to pay $25 a month to do that, because you're not going to fucking bother to do that, because you're not going to get your hands dirty. You got your maid, your maid service, you'll do that because you're not going to be bothered to get your hands fucking dirty. Now, these people are the people, they'll listen to NPR because they think it's centrist. They won't listen to the corporate media. They'll get the exact same takes from MSNBC and CNN because everything's the same. But they'll listen to NPR because they think that they're not getting their news from the corporate media. So they're independent thinkers when they're clearly the farthest from being an independent thinker. And these are the type of people who hate you. They hate themselves. These are people that hate themselves. These are people that are so fucking dumb. They have zero common sense. That's why they believe this shit. They believe that Russia hacked the election. They won't even consider the fact of this election being stolen, which it was, of course. They won't even consider that fact. And they believe in COVID. They believe everything the media tells them. Even though, if you bother to look for 10 minutes, you'll find out that everything the media tells you is fucking bullshit. But that's the thing, though. These people have no expertise. If you have expertise in something, and then the media reports on it, and that's sort of an awakening. Like, wait a minute. I know something about this field, and what the media is reporting is absolute bullshit. So then that's an awakening that normal people get. If you work in construction, or if you work like a real job, you have to do something, or you have to think for a living. But if you're just some fucking loser who sits in an office all day, or just occupies an office, looks at spreadsheets or whatever the fuck these people do, does just the most boring, mundane bullshit, non-essential crap that there ever was, you have no relation to anything. So your whole life is just a lie, and your whole life is bullshit. This is why you just believe in CNN, and you worship, you're a sports ball fan, because that's what people do. People like to cheer on the sports teams. These are people that just live soulless NPC lives. But like I said, they're better than you. They absolutely hate you. They hate people that are not like them. The people that I run into here on the West Coast, the liberal white privilege, because they live amongst themselves. There's not like conservatives who have these jobs. These government jobs where you sit on your ass and do fucking nothing. And the environmental science and this green fucking horseshit industry. They all believe in systemic racism. They all believe in global warming. They're too fucking dumb to even consider the alternative. So they're just marks. They're just marks. They're led around by the nose by whatever just fucking nonsense that the media spits at them. So I just abhor these people. They've just weaseled their way into their fucking living. They live completely comfortably, but that's not enough for them. They just have to hate you. It's like your Eric Swalwell, that guy who got busted fucking they got busted banging a Chinese spy. He loves the yellow pea. Now he got busted. And is anything going to happen to him? Fuck no. Nothing will happen to him. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's got liberal white privilege. These people are just disgusting. They make me sick. Pardon me. I see these people. Oh my God! I'm afraid. They're afraid to go back to the office. They're just afraid. They're scared to death to go back to the office because the media told them this is a deadly virus, even though the media's lied to you. They change their fucking story every 10 minutes. But it's some deadly virus. It's gonna fucking kill you. Oh, but I've got this pre-existing condition and my wife has got this. Oh, fucking shut up. Do you understand what this is doing to people who work for a living? You fucking retard. What about somebody who has like a hair salon? And they have to live. They cut your hair. But they're too good for them. They don't give a fuck. Just because ultimately they're selfish fucking assholes. These are the people that organize like food drives. So you can give more money to useless pieces of shit who don't want to fucking work for a living. I've told you the story about the fucking woman who showed up to Boy Scouts with 4 fucking kids and expected it all to be free. Just expected it to be free. Just showed up. It's not a government program. She just expected everything to be free. This is what these people live. They have WIC, they have food stamps. Oh, but I care because I'm a liberal white privilege. Look how much I can virtue signal. I'm going to put together this thing. I'm gonna form the Women's Society of Engineers. I'm gonna do all these groups because I care about these people. I'm not gonna do anything for white men, of course. Those are evil. I don't care that all my bullshit specifically excludes white people. Who cares about that? We got to do something for the minorities. This is what these people do for a living with their liberal white privilege. They fuck off on company time to go give money to brown people because they don't get enough. And then the fucking losers, on the side of the road with their signs. They give the money to these fucking losers. These are the people with the liberal white privilege. I said this anecdote a while ago. It's like, I saw this happen before my eyes. I'm like, I wanted to fucking strangle this guy because the guy's driving and comes up to a crosswalk and there's a guy in a wheelchair. He's got a motorized wheelchair. And the guy in the wheelchair is gonna he moves out ahead. Like he's gonna go cross. Oh, no, actually, never mind. The guy in the wheelchair stops, and he wants to let the guy through because he's got a slow wheelchair. It's going to take him a while. But the liberal white privilege, that's not good enough for him. He has to virtue signal. So he sits there and just waves him across as the guy putts 2 miles an hour across the road. Now, let me tell you something. This is actually humiliating for the guy in the wheelchair. Because they're just like anybody else. He's trying to be nice. He's trying to be considerate and say, no, you go ahead and drive across the road. But the guy will sit there. And watch this guy put across the road with a smug smile on his face. Look, what a fucking great person I am. You know what kind of an asshole he makes that guy in the wheelchair feel like? And he knows what's going on. The guy in the wheelchair, he knows what's going on. He knows the guy's being just a fucking prick. He's just being an asshole. A virtue signaling dick. Look how fucking great I am to let you across here when he could have just went. And now you have to feel this guy staring at him as he putts across the road in his motorized wheelchair. Because you can't treat people like people if you have liberal white privilege. You treat them as less than you. So look at me, I'm helping you. Look what I'm doing for the poor people. But in reality, they fucking hate everybody. They're selfish dicks. Where do these people come from? What makes them who they are? Well, it's pretty simple. It's a complete lack of character development throughout their entire lives. These people, if you don't have to overcome anything, if you don't have any goals or aspirations in your life, if you have no hill to climb, no hole to climb yourself out of, no hill to climb, nothing. All you're doing is just doing the same thing your parents did. And you believe the same thing that they do. And you listen to NPR. And you're a bug man. Or your parents are bug men. Or ex-bug men or whatever. That's what happens. You have no character throughout your entire life. So you're just a very, very weak person. Liberal white privilege means you're going to virtue signal to everybody about how much you care about the BIPOC. You'll gladly hand over 25, 30, 40% of your income to the federal government because they're going to do the right thing. You just live your life based on mindless platitudes like, I'm going to help poor people. What do you hate poor people? What do you hate children? Never mind the fact that the policies that you support are actually helping these people. Because, why should these people have to fight for anything in life? Why shouldn't they be given everything in their life? I've been given everything in my life, so why should they have to do something that builds character? They don't need character. I didn't need character. That's why you've got your WIC, your welfare, your child support, your every single thing that you can think of, every single program, free housing, free food, free medicine, free everything you can think of. There are literally no consequences for your poor life decisions. That's how they want you to go through life. And they're just stupid about it. They're stupid because, again, They never had to fucking fight for anything their whole life. They just have everything handed to them. So they figure that's the way everything should go. Because, the rich should pay for it. The magical rich people that have all kinds of unlimited funds. But even if they are rich and they're so fucking stupid, look at Warren Buffett. Oh, I'll gladly pay more in taxes. I'm rich. Let me pay more. Please let me pay more to this corrupt piece of shit government system so Joe Biden's kid can go to China and make $85,000 a month to do literally nothing. Fucking stupid you gotta be to not understand that this government is absolutely corrupt and evil. And it has been for fucking decades. These people are just gullible marks. That's why I hate them so much. Why else would you be brainwashed into believing in structural racism? There's this invisible force that happens that brings people down. It's not because the policies that you implement are fucking terrible and it forces people to not have to fight for anything and therefore results in a lack of character. That can't be the problem, is it? And these people are so stupid they think that people who disagree with them are racist. As if I want this to happen, as if I would like to have, black people have 70% out of wedlock births. That's what I want. That's what we want. We're just racist if you disagree with, maybe it's not good to have people have 8 kids from 5 different, fathers or 5 different women or vice versa. Maybe this is not good. Maybe you look at this objectively and say, this is not healthy for society. This is not healthy for these people. But no, that's racist to say that. And then the reason that people are stuck in a cycle of poverty is because they have shitty parents in the schools, and the people just go to their schools and just occupy these offices and don't really help and do anything. And then people are just handed out money. The money goes this way, that way. It just, it's just a cycle. Nobody actually works. They just throw checks back and forth. And why would I want this to happen? Why would I want a class of people to be perpetually poor and miserable? Why would I want that to happen? Why would anybody reasonably want that to happen? It's fucking stupid. It's just ridiculous. I mean, white privilege obviously is not real. It's not a thing. Some people will say, if you just because of the color of your skin, that's why you're better off. Not because you actually had parents or you're just not a complete lunatic. And again, you don't have 16 brothers and sisters from different parents, and it's all not a complete fucking mess. So I'll throw it back at them. It's liberal white privilege is what it is. Is you have a privilege to keep your head all the way up your ass, do nothing to deserve what you got, literally nothing, as long as you just toe the line, as long as you just believe in all the bullshit that the media tells you and that CNN and NPR tell you, as long as you advocate on behalf of the BIPOC because you fucking care. You know more than they do. That's the thing too that you always see. They know more. You know more. You're more concerned about racism than they are. These fucking people.